Why can't I play the mother, the lawyer, or the teacher? Because those are all things that I could be in real life. A quote by actor and wheelchair user Teal Schreier. She states that she should have the same opportunities that her differently abled counterparts do to receive a role. Schreier is a qualified actor, yet she is often dismissed for roles because of her physical capabilities, and she is not the only one. So many roles have been taken from actors because of their disabilities, even when they are capable of performing the role. Last summer, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to participate in a program called the Penguin Project at the Des Moines Playhouse. The Penguin Project pairs actors from ages 10 to 21 who have a developmental disability with a peer mentor to perform in a musical. The theater community is seen as such an accepting place, where those who often feel they don't fit in can find a community. Yet it is a place where the disabled community is still often left out. Penguin Project allows actors like Schreier to obtain lead roles they may not receive because of usual prejudices that happen in casting. The artists, as they are called in Penguin Project, stand in the spotlight as the mentors take a back seat. For example, the production I was in was Frozen Jr. My artist played Queen Adina, while I was given the role of her handmaiden, a made-up character to join her on stage. Similar to Schreier, my artist is wheelchair-bound. This caused certain choreography and blocking to be different for us than it was for others. While some may say this is a distraction, it created levels in the dance and blocking that many directors want to make, while also allowing fewer actors to have to crouch or bend down. This program is truly one of the best things I've ever been a part of. It gives so many actors the chance to shine in a way that many of them never thought was possible. The lost opportunities affect both professionals looking for jobs and those who enjoy acting as a hobby. Theater and film is too often not accessible or inclusive to actors with disabilities, limiting them from their moment in the spotlight. Implementing accessibility and representation into the industry are the first steps to the inclusion all actors deserve. The list of characters a person can play drops significantly when they are differently abled. Even characters with disabilities are often played by abled actors. Actor Robert David Hall, a show regular on CSI, explains how many casting directors are hesitant to even let actors with disabilities audition. My able-bodied friends get 80 to 100 auditions a year. I might get 5, 6, or 7. There's still the belief that disabled actors will slow down the production and cost the producers money, and that they will have to make all kinds of accommodations, and if they don't, they'll be sued. How are these actors supposed to get a role if they can't even get in the audition room? The exceedingly lower number of chances disabled actors have to be involved is not only detrimental to the professional world of casting, but even in the hobbyist level. Theater promotes so many life skills that can be lost when the opportunities to participate are taken from those with disabilities. Theater fosters connection, empathy, confidence, listening skills, problem-solving, creativity, time management, public speaking, among many other skills. These are important for everyone, but many people with disabilities attend therapies to work on skills like these when they could be gaining them in real-life settings. In a study done by Zyga et al., a school-based musical theater program was integrated to test the impact it would have on socio-emotional factors. Although the students' starting benchmark of social skills, severity of disability, and the overall commitment from the schools impacted the outcome, they found that the program improved eye contact, turn-taking, cooperative learning, engagement, social awareness, and self-confidence, symbolic flexibility, and emotional understanding. Many people believe that inclusion is increasing and those with disabilities are encouraged to participate in what everyone else is doing. And just because they are encouraged to do so doesn't mean they are given the accommodations they need to do so. The university's theater department itself states in an audition notice that individuals with disabilities are encouraged to attend all university-sponsored events. If you are a person with a disability who requires a reasonable accommodation in order to participate in this program, please contact the Department of Theater Arts in advance. Though the department encourages all people to audition for shows, the theater department hosts auditions in McVeigh Theater. While there is a handicap entrance, there is no way for a person with a wheelchair to get on stage unless lifted by others. While this could be done, one, it could feel a little demeaning, and two, it is likely only possible for the auditions. Other than main stage shows, the others are held in McVeigh. The stage has little to no wing space, meaning the actors exit the stage via steps on the side and wait in the back until they are in another scene. An actor in a wheelchair would have to be lifted on and off the front of the stage, meaning that they would have nowhere to go when they were not in a scene, as this could not be done mid-show. While accommodations of a ramp or performing in another theater could be made, the knowledge of these challenges and norms could push many actors to not try as they don't want to make a fuss. A study done by Lori Jean Breeden backs this. She states that many actors with disabilities worry that if they request reasonable accommodations at auditions or on set, they run the risk of gaining reputations as troublemakers. As with other minorities seeking rights, they fear the possibility of negative repercussions arising from an accommodation request and the negative implications for future job opportunities. Accessibility and representation have become standard for many groups that didn't have them in the past. It is time the disabled community gets their moment to shine. Those two factors are the way to do it. Programs like Penguin Project allow many who never get the chance to be a part of a show to perform. This should not be their only opportunity. Breaking down ableist structures is the only way this can be improved. Having easily accessible theaters allows so many more people to participate. Other amenities such as quiet spaces, for when sensory overload happens, music, scripts, and schedules that are easier to read, understand, or use, as well as interpreters or other aids necessary should be easily accessible and available. When I say representation, I mean that characters should be casted based on talent and acting ability, not others. If an abled actor can receive a role as a character with a disability, an actor with a disability should be able to play an abled character. Characters with disabilities should also be played with integrity and accuracy. Accessibility can feel like something that costs a lot. Sometimes accommodation, communication, and a little care is all it takes. Having a plan and a way to make things work if an actor needs it is important. It is important to have this plan easily accessible and communicated, as feeling like a nuisance keeps many from trying. Some may worry that representation will cause more competition and in return make it harder to get roles. This is just evening the playing field to what it should have been the whole time. Sometimes the actors with a disability isn't the most talented actor, so then they shouldn't get the role. However, the insight and life experience from them is still critical. A person with the same disability as a character could act as a consultant to make sure that the truth is being brought to the character. And when they do get cast, it is possible that sometimes new positions may be necessary to work with accommodations needed. Accessibility and representation doesn't just improve the experience of those with the disability. During Penguin Project, a Ray path backstage was used to direct artists. But it is still something in use at the Playhouse today. Just because the initial implementation of something is an accommodation for a few people doesn't mean it won't be helpful to all. Representation is also something that isn't just beneficial to one group alone. Representation in film, TV, and theater allows for more impactful, authentic, and creative storytelling. So many layers are added when people you see all over the world can also be seen on stage or screen. Actors with disabilities bring insight, talent, drive, and creativity to the screen and stage. They deserve to be fully recognized and given the opportunities others find with ease. Accessibility and representation must be prioritized in these industries. The programs and spaces that already do so have seen the benefits they hold for everyone. Inclusion doesn't lower the standard, it raises the bar for what art could look like. It's time to move from "let us know if you need accommodations" to "here's how we're ready to support you." It's time to move from "you're welcome to audition" to "we'd love to see you there and here's how we're going to make it accessible for you." It's time to let the spotlight shine on everyone.